really going to the details. You don't need to, but you just say, just open your mind and say, one of the best sentences is that you cannot do something. How can I do it? You know, you don't put the ceiling, because we tend to put the ceiling right away. So we say it's the same thing like shoot for the star, because even if you land on the moon, you still achieve something big. It's the same mindset of going above and beyond what you think you can do. So that's the first thing. For now, more specifically for real estate, that's some of the best books.
That's my favorite. I use that one all the time. That was one of my favorites. Yeah.
It's great, because think about it. They're actually studying. So as a scientist, I really like this one, because they're studying people that are successful. So if it worked for those people, why would you not take the same strategy that they use?
Exactly. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just do what they're doing.
No, do not reinvent the wheel in real estate, because people have been successful. 90% of the millionaire, right, did it through real estate. It's very well established. You just follow the recipe, basically, right? So for more specific one, I like the bigger pocket books. This one, Managing Rental Property. This one, if you want to be a property manager. I read this book and I say, yeah, I do not want to be a property manager.
That's what I was like. I haven't read that book, but I don't want to be a property manager either. So,
and once you read it, you understand why. It's pretty cool. There's lots of steps involved. So this one also I like. Also bigger pocket, the book on rental property investing. This is also a more general book, you know, about rental. It's very good. Then once you want to do flips, I will recommend two books. The book on flipping houses, also bigger pocket. This one is great. Honestly, this one is really good for flips. And on top of that, the second one that comes with it is a book on estimating rehab costs, which is always the hardest part in flips. Honestly, it's not too difficult. The numbers, it's not rocket science. To be honest, it's like ARV and rehab costs. If you get those two numbers, you are successful.
Right.
So that's all it is. And then the next one I'd like to share is for multifamily. I have two of them. So the first one is how to. So that's the one from Roadcliffe. How to create cash flow.
I have not read that one yet. That looks like a good one.
Yeah, it's basically a very good overview of why you should do that business, actually, why you should get into multifamily. And if you like more, because there's a little bit more number for this particular area, and so you can read this book, which from Steve Burgess, which goes more in detail into cap rate, NOI, how you evaluate that, because the difference with commercial multifamily is the value is associated to the net operating income, which is really, it's just if you raise the rent or you decrease the expense, by definition you raise the property value. So it's more of a business that you can have more control. Is not based on the comps that whoever is willing to pay for, basically. So it's more of a business, and you need to learn the numbers a little bit more. So, but to finish, I'd like to release some books that I love.
Are these those mindset books that you were talking to me about? Okay.
Yes. So this one, everybody should read it, regardless if they do real estate, whatever they do. Think and Grow Rich. And it's not just rich about the money, I would say. It's rich, really, the mindset of doing more than you think you can do. This is really,
which you're definitely doing. So I think we all need to read that book.
Yeah, this book is great. So this is another little book that I love.
Oh, I love that one. That one's one of my favorites.
The one thing, just always, because sometimes when you start to do too many things, remember that the focus is power. So this little book is great. It will tell you really that you need to focus on the most important stuff.
Yeah. So and the one thing is you do that one thing for 66 days in a row, and then you build a habit. And so then the concept is then you pick one thing, do it for 66 days, and that's how you just build on it.
I can tell that you like this book as well.
Yeah, I do. It is. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
no,
I've gone to a couple seminars on that book even.
yeah, no, I mean, I was thinking, I'm always, I like to almost tell, okay, you should read that book to anybody that I come across. And the first one I always say, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's to begin. And after, if you want to be serious, the one thing is going to be a good one. And the one that I came across just recently that I'm still working on is
That's
the monk.
interesting.
This is just more even for your life in general. So if
Okay.
you want to really go change your life, so to speak, the monk who sold his Ferrari, it's about also the law of attraction.
Okay.
Read about that. Read about the law of attraction. You will be amazed. I can trust you.
That's interesting. I think I definitely want to put that one on my to-do list.
It's amazing, and I have way more. Those are just the one I picked for you. You have to go through so many books just to find the one that connects, that you relate with. That is important. And two miscellaneous one, because I also, as I mentioned, I was using some financing. So some of the money that I used to invest is I took a HELOC on my primary residence. So that's I mean, the equity is just there. You don't use it in make your money, your equity in your house work. I mean, the HELOC is an excellent way to get access to money to do investment, in my opinion, at least. Another one that I use is a solo 401k. I open a solo 401k that you can direct your money, your retirement money, the way you want. And that's what I did. So this is a very important, it's like a self-directed way of investing in something else than stock and bonds, which you think that's the only thing you can do. But no, there's so much more you can invest in with your retirement money. So look at, and that's why I would like to share this book.
Okay.
Self-directed IRA handbook. It's great. It really opens your mind about what you can do with your retirement money and not just stock it in the stock, put it in the stock market.
Okay.
And just the last one is note investing. If you want to become the bank, promissory notes, and this is from Dave Van Horn. It's a good book to if you are interested in passive income. And notes is great. So.
Okay, so for financing, sorry, I got my dog in the background.
That's life.
This is what we do here. So for financing, you're using HELOC and self-directed IRAs, and then now you're getting into promissory notes. So are there any other financing that you do?
Yes, I use private money lenders, and that's another thing. That's really you come across those folks. The more you go outside, I'm part of Syria, INRIA. Those networking again is really important because you're gonna come across people that will help along the way. Using other people money and leveraging as much as you can. It's important to go faster. I would say it's scary. I understand, but this is a way to grow, and I think that it's essential to leverage people, the money of other people, basically.
So it sounds like we're probably going to have to do another one of these interviews and just talk about you know, how to leverage and how to get more financing. So we'll have to have you back sometime to talk about that. So
I would be happy to do so.
All right. Any last words that you'd like to leave with us?
Again, really, I would say real estate again. It's not only about real estate. It's about getting outside your comfort zone and growing as a person. I feel like I grew a lot. You get a little bit less fearful of doing stuff that you don't think you could do, and that's the bottom line. You know, one night I'll tell you this little story. One night I woke up in the middle of the night. I was not good. You know, I was not feeling good. There were too many things going on. So I went down and I wrote down all my priorities in my life, not just real estate priorities. So I put this first, second, and then I realized that actually investing real estate and all that money generating activities, they were pretty low compared to growing myself, my family, my friends, you know. And that's super important, I feel like, because every day you're doing so many things. Sometimes you put more time in an activity that is linked to a priority that is low. So now
Yeah.
I filter it that way. I say, no, I will first spend the time with the people or my own growth before doing anything else. And I
Yeah,
think
that's good. That's really good.
because life is more important, you know. And I'll be honest with you. Now I even appreciate what I have more. Think about it. I was like having already a nice life, and I was not really appreciating it because you always want something more, you know. But going through that, going through those books, now I appreciate more the little stuff of life. And I think that is more important than just even being a successful real estate investor.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. Are you interested in sharing your contact information, or would you like them to just contact me and I'll share that if they're interested?
How do you think I should put that in a chat? You mean in the chat? Or
You can do that, or if you can share your screen really quick.
I will actually type it in my email. If anybody wants to have any discussion, I'm always so happy to talk about real estate because at work, I cannot talk about that with many folks, right? So each time I find somebody that is willing to talk about it, I'm happy. So I just share my email address, jkister79@gmail.com. And whoever, and if they cannot access you, please.
Or just contact me and I'll get your information to them. So very interesting discussion going today. I appreciate so much you taking the time and sharing, and I feel like we almost have to split this up into 2 or 3 different sessions, you know, so to get everything, and especially the books. I love learning. I want to start a book club with my group of investors, so that's something that's on the radar pretty soon. And we just hope to watch you do more deals, and just looking forward to see what you've got in your future. So thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you inviting me in this podcast.
Thanks.